Hello, good morning to you all. How do you do? Hope that all of you are keeping well. Yes, dear children, today we will learn MSc chapter 5. What is the chapter 5? It is about living in peace. This is a word which we hear every time. Everybody wants peace because peace is the way which helps us to have happiness. You can see that whenever we see others, we greet with peace. For example, you see Muslims. What do they say? They say Salam Alaikum. What is the meaning of that? Peace to you. And when the Christians they see each other, they say Shalom. Shalom means peace be with you. And the Hindus, when they meet each other, what do they say? Om Shanti. Om Shanti means peace in your word, in your mind, and in your saying. So, peace is everywhere. Now, at the time of the birth of Jesus, suddenly there was the appearance of so many angels singing. Gladness they were singing because God has incarnated as man. And one of the angels came to the shepherds and they were saying the birth. They gave the message of the birth of Jesus, and it was said, peace to the people of God, people of goodwill on earth. What is that? Peace to the people of goodwill on earth. So at the birth of Jesus, there was a wishing of peace, and when Jesus, after his death, he resurrected from the death on the third day, and then he was appearing to many people for 40 days, and the 40th day, he went up to heaven. How did he go, you know? He said to the people standing there, peace be with you. So, the birth of Christ was announced with peace, and the departure of Jesus was also announced with peace. He wants whatever odds of life are there in the life of people, what they have to do, they should enjoy genuine peace. There may be difficulties, there may be problems, also there may be happy moments, but you should not lose your peace. You should enjoy your life with the odds of life. Now, what is peace? Peace is the state of mind. It is a state of mind where tranquility, serenity, and inner harmony are experienced. We experience a kind of calmness in our mind. And there is no tension, there is harmony. Tensions will come, but we know how to manage them. So this is known as peace. What is that? A state of mind where tranquility, serenity, and inner harmony are experienced. It is an experience. Peace is an experience. No, peace is not the absence of struggles and conflicts. Don't think that people who are peaceful, they have no conflicts and struggles. They have difficulties, problems. What is it? But what we have to do? Peace is the ability to manage struggles and conflicts. We get peace when we are able to manage, overcome these struggles and conflicts. Then we have to learn the art of handling conflicts in order to maintain peace. That means how to manage conflicts and struggles so that we may get peace. There are 5 ways of attaining this peace which is mentioned in your lesson. The first one is place all your struggles and conflicts in the hands of God. First thing, most important thing is that put everything in the hands of God. Think that whatever comes to you is from God. Without His knowledge, nothing happens, and He will not give you anything to suffer beyond your strength. Okay, conflicts makes us more mature, makes us more mature. Then, so the more we are closer to God, the more peace we will experience, because we need not worry much. We just say, God, these are the troubles, these are the difficulties I face. You have to help me to maintain them. So you pray to Him and then do your best. God will be at your help. For example, there is an incident in which, in the life of Jesus, it was like this. Jesus was going in the ordinary boat of His disciples, and He was lying on the boat, and the disciples were rowing the boat. And when the boat reached almost the middle of the sea, a big tempest arose, and they tried their level best to protect the boat, but they felt that they are going to drown. They got frightened and they went and called Jesus, saying, Jesus, can't you see that we are going to die? So Jesus got up from sleep, and he told the sea to calm down, because he has the power. He is God, so he has the power to calm down the sea. As soon as he said, the sea was calmed down, and then he asked them, why are you frightened? Don't you know that I am with you? If God is with us, we need not frighten, because we have to be in the hands of Him, near to Him, closer to Him, then He will protect us. Then, you know that the life of Lord Buddha, he was the prince. But when he saw the sufferings of the people around him, he got disturbed. He came out of the palace, left the palace, and he started meditating until he got enlightened. So his enlightened gave him peace. Then there we know that very famous Mahabharata battle. Why was there at this Mahabharata battle? Was it right for the Pandavas and the Kauravas to fight each other? Because both of them were cousins. So you can see that in that Lord Krishna advised Arjuna to destroy the Kauravas, because they are acting unjustly, and to get back the kingdom of the Pandavas. So they say that Krishna says that it is justice to fight for. In serious doubts and conflicts, Arjuna used to approach Lord Krishna for counsel, for advice. So Arjuna always took the advice of Lord Krishna. And then, being enlightened, he was strengthened by the advice of Krishna. Arjuna got courage and strength, and he was enlightened by the advice of Krishna. So reach to God whenever you are in difficulties. He will be there to help you. Then second way of facing these conflicts and struggles is, first one is, what is the first one? Place these conflicts and troubles in the hands of God. Second one is, nurture loving relationship with others. Nurture means grow, develop. What you have to develop? Loving relationship, a good relationship with the others. There should not be any difference. Don't show any difference with the religious people, or with the gender, or the region, or the age, caste, etc. Don't show any discrimination, any partiality towards any religion, any gender, that is man and woman, or region, different states, age or caste. So hating a particular community or taking revenge on anybody, keeping a jealous feeling, looking down at others' religion, thinking that you have some superiority over others. And then all these things will lessen the relationship and lead to division. That means when we think ourselves superior to others, superior to the other people's community, superior to the other people's religion or the caste, or looking at others with jealousy or with revenge, all these will weaken our relationship with the others, and division will come up. Then that will disturb our inner peace. Now what we have to do is respect our elders, love your companions, honor all religions, deal with gentleness with everybody, and keep up the sense of justice and right judgment. You should keep up justice. Where there is justice, there will be peace, and where there is right judgment, there will be peace. So the first one is keep all these problems in the hands of God. Second one is have a loving relationship with all kinds of people. And thirdly, acceptance of oneself. Accept yourself. I have to accept myself. Remember that each and every person is created as a unique human being. Everybody has a unique personality and potentialities. You have your own talents which others may not have. And remember that no one is perfect. No one is perfect. So what you have to do? When you look at yourself, you know that there are some weaknesses within me, within you. So what you have to do, remember, think that man is created with a goodness, and at the same time there are some weaknesses in him. So accept it. You understand that such kind of a weakness is in you. Accept it. And then after accepting, what you have to do? Try yourselves to overcome this. Not to get despaired by the bad qualities in you, but you try to overcome them. So unless you accept yourself, don't think that I am some so foolish fellow, I can't study properly, that person is studying very well, he is very rich, but I am not like that, he is very clever, I am an idiot. Don't think like that. Don't put yourself down. So you respect yourself, because you also have, there are many talents in you which others do not have. Others have which you do not have. So accept it. Accept it and then try to reduce these weaknesses which are in you. Then what you have, we have in the same way, we have to see with others also. Okay, others are also human beings like you. Accept them as they are, and accept them with their good qualities and with the bad qualities. Now, you have heard about the Nobel Prize. How did the Nobel Prize has come up? Do you know? There was a great man known as Alfred Nobel. His name was Alfred Nobel. He was a chemist. He was an engineer. He was an armaments manufacturer. That means he used to make armaments. And an inventor of dynamite. He is the person who invented dynamite. But what happened is, actually his idea of inventing this dynamite and everything was to help the people to work easily. But what happened is, people in the world, they are so evil-minded that they used his inventions for doing evil to others. So this distracted Alfred Nobel. So he was so sorry for inventing these kind of things. So what did he do? He decided to do good. So he had got lot of money. So what did he do? In the year 1895, he instituted Nobel Prize. For what? In order to honor men and women for outstanding achievements in science, literature, medicine, and those who work for peace. Science, medicine, literature, and those who work for peace. So whoever the outstanding people, the money was put in the bank, and with the interest of that, these prizes were given to these outstanding people. Every year, these Nobel Prizes are given. So he is a man who wanted to promote peace. Now, fourth way of facing these struggles to form a right attitude, that is a positive attitude. Don't think negatively. You have to think always positively. For example, you find half glass of water. So people who look at this water, they will say half empty water, half empty glass. Negative people say half empty. But a man who looks at it positively, he will say half full glass. Half full. Both the meanings are same, but the way you are looking at it is, one is in the negative form and the other one is in the positive form. So look at things in the positive way, then you will be able to keep serenity, peace in your mind. And fifth way of facing these problems and struggles and attaining peace is lead a life of convictions and values, moral values. You know that what is right and what is wrong. Hold on to that. Hold on to that. No matter how much difficult situations come into in your life, you know what is right, follow that. When others say, no, this is not right, that is wrong, no. You got a conviction that this is right, and you know that this is right because you learned it from your childhood, from your parents and from your teachers, and they have taught you the right thing. So don't leave the convictions and the values, hold on to that. Then, so in totally speaking, closeness to God is the key way to reach peace. Closeness to God is the keynote to peace. Now, in your book, there is an example of a girl is given there. Let us see what happened to her. Sharon Plug is the girl. What is her name? Sharon Plug. She was in the plane. The plane was going from Athens to Cairo. Plane was going from Athens to Cairo. But the hijackers hijacked the plane and they turned the plane to Libya. But unfortunately or fortunately, they had to have an emergency landing in the island of Malta. So when they had to land in the island of Malta, the hijackers decided to kill one by one. So what did they do? Every 15 minutes, one person was taken from the chosen and brought to the one of the doors of the plane. They used to shoot at the back, and the person will fall to the runway. They will die and fall to the runway. So, fifth chance was for Sharon. Sharon made up her mind. She said that I will keep calm. No matter whether I die, it's okay. If I live, it's okay. They can kill only my body, but they cannot kill my peace. So when they called her, with a calm mind, she came and stood in front of the door facing the runway, and a man shot his bullet at her at the back, hit her, and she fell down, rolled through the steps, and then she fell on the runway facing downwards. Her face was covered by her hand, and when she fell down, she could not feel any pain. because she was keeping calm. She said, okay, if I am going to die, let me die. But she understood that she did not die. She did not die. And she thought that if I move, these hijackers will come to know that I am alive. So I will keep quiet. For 5 hours, she was lying down like that without any movement. And finally, after 5 hours, an ambulance came and dragged her and put her in the ambulance. They understood that she is alive. So she was taken to a hospital, removed the bullets, and then he escaped. She was alive. This is only because of her courage, only because of her calmness. Her calmness made her to hold on to her life. Children, let us remember that the most important thing in our life for happiness is to live in peace. And the 5 ways of living in peace is that keep all the troubles in the hands of God, then have a loving relationship with others, and thirdly, acceptance of oneself, and fourthly, form right attitude, positive attitude, and finally, lead a life of convictions and values. So wish you all peace in your life.